Hey, good afternoon, friends. Try to do a live video here, but the system is a little too weak. Maybe it's my phone. But anyway, I'm spent the day with the Graziano family, and man of the hour is Lou Graziano. Of course, you remember Mr. Graziano received his Legion of Honor about 18 months ago, maybe 2 years ago now. Yeah, let's be able to see the exact date, the 17th of September. Yeah, very important because the 17th of September was the day that we went into Holland, and that day was specifically chosen for that. But I'm here with Mr. Graziano's daughter, Kim, and Mr. Graziano himself, who's probably the last living eyewitness to the surrender ceremony at the Little Red Schoolhouse in Reims, France. And a lot of people don't know that there were two surrender ceremonies, one on May the 7th and one on May the 8th. And Mr. Graziano set up the location at the Little Red Schoolhouse in Reims, France on May 7th at 2:41 in the morning is when the German delegation came in there and signed the Articles of Surrender, ending the Second World War. So, Mr. Graziano, how are you?
I'm doing fine.
Good, good. Thank you for taking a few moments of your time with me. I appreciate it. And today was a great day for Fort Gordon and Fort Eisenhower.
Yes, it was. It was great. They did a good job.
We were blessed today to meet the granddaughters of General Eisenhower and President Eisenhower, and we got a chance to spend some quality time with them, as well as the leadership throughout the chain of command here in the southeast area of our great country. And inside this room, and we're going to do a little tour of Mr. Graziano's workshop and his place of work. How long have you owned the barbershop here, or the styling center, right?
Right. 1970 right here.
Since 1970. 50 years. 50 plus years in the same location.
Right.
And here used to be a restaurant as well, as I found out today. There was a little Italian restaurant here. What was the name of the restaurant?
Red Carpet.
The Red Carpet. Red Carpet. When did you go out of business?
Oh, I don't remember.
No, it's been too long.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Graziano is 100 years of age, and we had a birthday celebration of those remember seeing it on Eric's Great Crusade. But I just want to just highlight some of the things that Mr. Graziano has in his collection, and then add to that here in just a little bit with a special presentation. So anyway, this is Mr. Graziano's daughter, Kim. Hi, Kim.
Hi.
Thank you. And Kim contacted me, and just give you a little bit of history, quite a few years ago now, about bringing her dad up to the D-Day event in Continental Ohio. And of course, my first question out of my mouth was, does he have the French Legion of Honor? And the answer to that question was no. So over the next couple of years, we worked on the application, got it all tidied up, and the conclusion to that was obviously the presentation of the medal on the 17th of September 2 years ago. It's hard to believe it's been 2 years. But a lot of challenge coins that Mr. Graziano has here. It's just a tremendous
Well, he would
collection.
like more.
Yeah, he would like more. So if you would like to send Mr. Graziano a challenge coin, please contact me on my Facebook page, and I'll give you the coordinates. But anyway, probably the one that's probably the most important in his case here is this one right there. And let me find it. There it is. There we go. That's the President of the United States. And I would assume that's President Trump, correct?
Correct.
Absolutely. And Mr. Graziano did meet President Trump. Also met Vice President, what's that guy's name?
Pence.
Oh, Pence, thank you. It's hard to remember all of them. Anyway, beautiful collection here, and there's a couple of ones in there that I have my signature on as well. But some beautiful, beautiful coins that he's been presented, that's for sure. But also, too, this one here, Kim, is from the Audie Murphy Award at the American Veteran Center, right? In Washington, D.C. And this is a picture of myself and Mr. Graziano in the Little Red Schoolhouse in Roz, France, with a little bit of computer magic. We made that happen, and that picture was taken on the day that he received his French Legion of Honor, and I just happened to stick us in the room that the surrender was signed. Anyway, and then everybody remembers that young man Wyatt, who was part of that presentation. That's his take on Mr. Graziano, military legend. How about that? Super evil on one side. There's two sides to every coin and two sides to every sheet of paper. So there we go. We'll keep
also his speech.
And also, oh yeah, there it is. There is his speech. So I encourage you to go back and scour the YouTube for Louis Graziano, Legion of Honor, and you will be thoroughly entertained for 1 hour and 51 minutes.
Probably the longest.
The longest Legion of Honor ceremony ever, but quite deservedly so. Anyway, Kim was telling me just a little bit about this painting. And the painting was made by the pastor of the local church. And
He's since passed, Father Edward Randall.
But it's absolutely beautiful and stunning. And I would love the detail of the vases on the, or the flower pots leading into the pond. I think it's awesome. Just beautiful. And it really makes you feel like you're there. But let's look at some of the other good things that we got over here. This is Mr. Graziano's, I want to call a trophy case, if you will, and memorabilia that's in here.
Some of them were my mother's.
Well, some of your mom as well.
Yeah, to see the ones with the beads around it were the ladies.
Right. The, what do they call that? Bullion?
I'm not sure.
Something like that, yeah.
But she was also with Shay, so.
Exactly. So,
and her dog tags also.
So which ones are her tags?
This one's hers and this one's his.
That's your dad's, yeah. So, and then of course some Utah Beach and Omaha Beach sand, and of course...
and then the Victory Day Parade.
Oh, I've never seen that picture before. Wow.
And see... He's on the row there with the flag and
I see him
carrying the gun, and then the ladies were behind there, so she was behind.
Of course, they knew each other at the time.
Correct. Well, no, actually, they met after the Victory Day.
Oh, they did, really? Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't know that.
You met after the Victory Day, correct?
Yeah. Okay. So how about that? I've never seen that picture before. Yeah. Now, I've seen another picture taken from one of the buildings higher up, but not this one at street level.
And if you go online, you can see Victory Day Parade, and his picture will come up.
Huh, interesting. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Okay. So, of course, we have a letter from President Trump.
Right. That was signed when was given to him when he actually went to the White House, and we met with Vice President Pence, and a book that we gave to President Trump, and he read and signed it and sent back to us.
Wow.
Over here.
How about that? And of course, we know this is Miss Eisenhower here, who we met again today.
That was taken at the Eisenhower Center in Abilene, Kansas, when he spoke for the 75th anniversary of D-Day.
Okay.
Which they had the largest crowd at that time.
And Vice President Pence, of course, please forgive me that I forgot your name, I'm sorry. But Vice President Pence, and this young man right here is...
Brian Kemp, our governor of Georgia.
Okay, governor of Georgia, Brian Kemp. That's Congressman Jody Heiss.
Well, he's no longer a congressman, but yes, he was our congressman at one time.
Okay. And of course, President Trump.
Correct.
And who's this young man right here?
Ed Shames. He was the last,
Shames, yeah.
He was
Easy
the last
company.
officer that was living with the Band of Brothers.
Right, Easy Company, 506, 101st, right.
Right. And this is Rob O'Neill, the one that killed Osama bin Laden,
Wow.
and my
wow.
nephew Braxton Taylor.
Wow, how about that? How about that?
And of course, this is my mother and my father when he proposed to her at the and the invitation to the dugout, which was a building that my father actually built from an old barn that he tore down to build a place for them to have, and they called it the dugout.
How about that?
Basically an officers club.
So was the opening night and the same night of the proposal one and the same?
No,
No. Okay.
but we had that to show that's where he
How
proposed.
about that? This is original too, right?
Yes.
Wow. Wow, that's awesome. I love that photograph. Wow. To only be in the room, right?
Yes.
And speaking of the room here, the picture from the surrender ceremony.
Right. And he was actually standing back behind the Germans.
Okay.
And if you ever get to the museum, there's a picture of him in the room hanging. Because someone actually sent me a picture not long
We had
ago.
the Germans there, the French, the British, were all there at the signing.
And the Russians.
The Russians.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. That's awesome. Of course, these are some of my Life magazines here, deservedly so, of not only Mr. Graziano, but his lovely wife, Bobby. Of course, we have from the Legion of Honor ceremony, front and back, the beautiful program that was put together, and of course the diploma from the French government of the Ordre National de la Legion of Honor. So, okay.
And they were just different resolutions.
Yep.
And
I remember these from the Legion of Honor.
Right. And this is a Russian hat that was sent to him for his birthday. He had done a interview with a Russian reporter. And for his birthday, she sent him a Russian hat.
How cool is that? That'll keep you nice and toasty warm.
Correct.
Now, Mr. Hunter, James Hunter, is a musical artist, and I encourage you to go out to YouTube and have a look at his videos called The War of Hell. It's a tribute to Mr. Graziano, and it's very well done. And eventually, when I do something that I don't have so many other things to do, I would really like to make a kid's version of that video, so to help kids understand what D-Day was about in a cartoon type
Well, there's
fashion.
a song and then there's a music video.
Yes, but I love to do a cartoon version one for kids. Okay.
And then this is a email that's very moving for someone that he met after he wrote the book and at a Heroes Night at the Georgia Swarms game.
Well, I know that a lot of youngsters really need to embrace the legacy of our World War II veterans, to learn a lot how they could become leaders of our great country.
Right. This was the priest that had painted the painting on the wall, and when he was in the country, or when he was here, when Mother Teresa came to the country, he was her escort.
How about that?
These are all his Knights of Columbus things. These are some of his VFW things. This was presented to him after he had COVID. There was a motorcycle group that came and did a ride by and all signed it and presented the flag to him. Of course, our family, our 5 children and Dad. These children over here, the 4 on the right, Mom and Dad took in. for a year. Their mother had left. Their father could not take care of them. They were going to end up in a foster home. And my parents could not take care of, their parents could not take care of them. My parents would not allow them to go to a foster home.
That's Randy, right?
That is Randy.
Yeah.
So they moved in with us for at least a year.
Okay.
This is after Dad moved to Georgia. He went to work for Belk's in Augusta. In 1956.
How about that, Mr. Lewis, stylist?
Right.
Love the Earl Flynn mustache.
Yeah.
He was a very handsome man.
Yes.
Very, very much, and still is today.
So this case is kind of things that he's done since he's written the book, places that it's taken him since then.
Awesome.
This is kind of his hair wall. His diploma from beauty school in December of 1939.
Wow.
That's what we're putting up.
How about that?
And on this wall over here, there's a mirrored of Omaha Beach with the tanks and a flag and an eagle that someone had made for him. And then these are different poems that a historian had given him through the years, and they were fitting to go with the
all the things that he did
yeah.
throughout his life.
Yeah, really.
Throughout
Different
his life.
things. And that's the board that goes along with the pictures from
Put it up here.
pictures. I'm putting it on the desk.
Put it up there and take.
Pictures of different things from the book.
Okay. All right, so Mr. Graziano has a book, a memoir of World War II,
And a website.
and a website too. So why don't you toot that horn? You got a copy of the book laying around?
I do. Why don't we do it this way so you
Okay.
can get the whole thing open?
Of course, everybody knows the famous speech by General Eisenhower began with soldiers, sailors, and airmen of the Allied Expeditionary Force. You are about to embark upon the Great Crusade. And hence the Eric's Great Crusade is derived from that speech. And here's the book Mr. Graziano put together. It's called A Patriot's Memoirs of World War II Through My Eyes, Heart, and Soul, from Luciano Louis Charles Graziano. You can get that on Amazon.
Or you can get an autographed copy on his website at www.louisgraziano.com.
And it's well worth your effort to go ahead and purchase that book from Mr. Graziano. He will sign it and send it to you. So tribute to, and believe me, you know, when you talk about World War II veterans and having World War II veterans still with us today, Mr. Graziano is 100 years of age and has really inspired me to do more for our World War II veterans than we've ever had. A few more pictures I want to show you here. He's just listening to every word that I say to make sure I got it right. Correct? Absolutely. Some more beautiful photographs of...
And he took all of those and then set up a dark room and developed them.
Really? Wow. You know, Kim, I've not seen hardly any of these. In fact, I've not seen any of those at all.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. And here are all the guys that were in his company. And like I said, Mr. Graziano was part of the communications, OISE, in coordinating all the communications and buildings, so forth, throughout the Allied advance. And that is him and his three men on the board of your LCT on D-Day. And that's Mr. Graziano right here. So these are some great pictures. Okay. All right.
Did you get a good one of Mama and him?
Oh yeah. Well, I tell you, when I first saw this picture of Bobby and Lou together, I kept saying to myself, "What a perfect photograph that would make a beautiful Life magazine." And so I took the time to, put him out, cut him out, if I can use some hairstylist terminology there. Very carefully using a computer to cut away the background and put our beautiful American flag in there. It's just really something. And I know this guy right here. That's Jack Hamlin.
It is.
Yeah. How do you know Jack?
Well, I have a picture of 3 World War II veterans together in Marshfield, Missouri.
And Jack was there.
And Jack was there.
Oh, yeah. I know Jack very well.
And so was Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell's husband is also a World War II veteran.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
I didn't know that. Okay. All right. And then, of course, later in life, Mr. and Mrs. Graziano, how long were you married?
How long?
Yeah.
62 years, 63 years.
Yeah, 62
Yeah.
years.
63 years. God bless him. God bless. Well, I want to just say thank you, everybody, for watching this video. I know it's gone a little bit long, but well worth it. And I'll just leave you with the portrait of a man who was an eyewitness to history, and how blessed I am to know him and be a part of his life. Would you like to say anything, Mr. Graziano, before we cut this short?
No,
Thank you.
Overwhelmed by all this stuff. Right?
yeah, right. Thanks for doing all this for me.
Yeah, you're
I
welcome.
appreciate it.
You did a lot for everybody on the planet. And for those that value their freedom and liberty, here's a living example of that. God bless you, sir. Thank you.